Stepped off on The Rock and what he was starting the effect that he was starting to play on me. Um, okay, I was a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan because he was tough. He was a badass. He was a renegade. He didn't take no for an answer. I'm watching all these tapes of him kicking McMahon ass, and that's what got me to love Stone Cold. This ruthless ass, tough ass son of a bitch who defied authority, who didn't give a damn what anybody thought. That's what he would, that was Steve Austin's motto. 316, don't trust anybody. And the really thing that got me liking Stone Cold was going back to '98 and watching those tapes with him and McMahon. The way he would just beat the shit out of McMahon, and that when he came in the hospital bed and he beat McMahon to a pulp. I liked that stuff. I really appreciated Steve. Even though I came in like in the first blood match and I didn't really get to catch all of Stone Cold's work, but I appreciated Stone Cold Steve Austin for what he did for the business. The dude was just awesome. He was a real man. He stood up in the face of adversity, and that's what you like about professional wrestling. That's the thing that I appreciate. Being able to be some way a part of Stone Cold. You know, even if it was in '99, all the way into well, all the way into when he left in 2004. I was a part of Stone Cold Steve Austin's career. Might not have been in the beginning of 316 when Stone Cold Steve Austin was born. I might have not been there then, but I can say that I was there from 1999 all the way into 2004 when Stone Cold Steve Austin left. That's the time that I was a part of Stone Cold Steve Austin's career. Now back to The Rock. The Rock was this dude that nobody could touch. The dude said some of the coolest lines ever. I mean, like the dude just had the fans in the palm of his hands, and I liked it that. I was really relatable to the people's champ, and like I started becoming a fan of The Rock right there when Chris Jericho first came, and he was talking about the KY jelly, and he was saying it doesn't matter what your name is. I wanted to be a part of The Rock every single Monday night and Friday night, not Friday night, Thursday night, but I couldn't watch SmackDown on Thursday. I wanted to see The Rock. That's who I wanted to see. So I'm becoming a big Rock fan from the beginning. I mean, from the very start. When he was becoming the people's champ, not the Nation of Domination. Because if you look at it, in 1999, The Rock was becoming the man to kind of eclipse Stone Cold Steve Austin because Stone Cold was getting ready to leave due to his neck injury. You know, and that's that right there. 1999 when he was doing our shit with the British Bulldog and Triple H, and when he was sort of having segments with Stone Cold Steve Austin in '99. That's what got me to like The Rock. Right there in '99, I can say that I was a part of The Rock's People's Champ era when he was becoming the Brahma Bull, the most electrifying man in all the sports entertainment. He wasn't to that level in the beginning of '99 or '98. He started that revolution in the end of 1999. You know, so um, when The Rock would get beat up, when people would just get the best of The Rock, it would make me feel so bad. I was like, man, why they doing this to The Rock, man? Everybody used to feel that way about The Rock. Don't tell me nobody felt that way when The Rock would get it handed to him. That's how I felt back in '99 when Triple H and them would get the upper hand on The Rock and just beat him down. It made you feel like emotional. Because The Rock was a cool swag dude. I wanted to be The Rock when I went to school. I wanted to be Stone Cold Steve Austin too because when people mess with me, I wanted to just do what Stone Cold did, just kick the sorry little carcass. That's what Stone Cold did. And I liked it that if you smell what the Rock is cooking, I liked it the just bring it. I liked it the way he got on top of the ropes and just took in the atmosphere of the crowd. And I liked the way the fans would chant Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. And that's what made me become a huge Rock fan. You know, without Stone Cold Steve Austin in The Rock, I don't think I'll be where am today. Without these two dudes, 1A, 1B, Stone Cold, the People's Champ, The Rock, I don't think I'll be the man that I am today with professional wrestling. You know, like these two was my heroes. They were my idols. And only you know where you came from in professional wrestling, and that's where I came from. Steve and The Rock was it for me. That was it. Stone Cold Rock was the two superstars that I cared about the most. Yeah, I could say I like that Undertaker. I can say I like the Triple H. I can say I like the Kane, but Stone Cold Steve Austin was number one and number two for me in the professional wrestling game back then. You know. So Stone Cold Steve Austin gets ran over in Survivor Series. I'm getting more familiar with The Rock. I'm getting more familiar with The Rock bottom, the people's elbow, and everything that he does in the ring. Around that time, the McMahon Hemsley era was starting to take shape. Triple H was starting to run the WWF, trying to get control of the WWF. And, they was trying to throw the eyes at The Rock. Stephanie McMahon starting to get familiar with Steph. You know, The Rock and Mick Foley was tag team champions back in there during that time. Um, I really didn't want Steve Austin to leave, but I knew he had to get neck surgery and stuff like that. Um, and I'm wishing that I could watch SmackDown, but I can't. That was a hard thing because I couldn't watch SmackDown back in 1999. I didn't start watching it on a regular basis till a long time ago. But anyway, 99 really put the stamp on me, like the end of it. That was the first half of me becoming a wrestling fan, like in WWF. I had a full year of 2000 to get into the groove of the professional wrestling. I only had a half a year in 1999, 2000, got the whole year to get acquainted, and that full year of 2000 really made me like the WWF, because they were doing some cool shit. Back in 2000, The Rock had stepped his game up while Stone Cold was on his sabbatical. The Rock really became the man while Stone Cold was out. Triple H can say he was the man while Steve Austin was out. No, it was The Rock. The Rock was the man. He was the man on magazines. He was the man selling merchandise. He was the man that was in the main events. He was the WWF champion. The Rock was the man when Stone Cold Steve Austin was out. Because it wasn't enough room for the two of them. It wasn't enough room for Stone Cold or and The Rock in the same place. Not when The Rock was becoming the Rock that we all know. He was on the evolution to that when Stone Cold got ran over. You know, and I don't know what would have happened if Stone Cold. That was a storyline anyway. I don't know what would have happened with The Rock if Stone Cold would have still been there because Stone Cold always wanted to be the man. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't want to give up his spot. It took neck surgery to get Stone Cold Steve Austin out of the business for a while. And then we had The Rock to look forward to. But I'm not finished with my story. I'll keep it going. I'm about to run out of time with this video, so I'll be back and make some more. Peace.